Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this playlist where we're going to showcase some of the exercises that we have selected for Chapter 1 for our Managerial Accounting course, ACCT 428. This is Muhammad Al-Jabir, and in this video we're going to be looking at exercise 1-38. So let's read the question together. It says, use the following table to classify each cost as a product cost or an SG&A, which is selling, general and administrative costs. Also indicate whether the cost would be recorded as an asset or as an expense, meaning that would that cost go directly to the income statement or is it going to be in the balance sheet? Assume product cost is defined by generally accepted accounting principles. The first item is shown as an example, and as you can see here, we already have the table that includes a column for the cost category and then a column for determining whether the cost is a product or an SG&A cost, and then a third column to determine whether the cost would be classified as an asset or as an expense. The first one is an example. It says wages of production workers, and the keyword here is production workers, right? So from that, we can safely assume that this cost is going to be classified as a product cost, and because it's a product cost, it's going to go, or it's going to be classified as an asset for now until we sell the product as we have explained in class. Then we can move on or move that cost into our income statement as an expense, okay? As a cost of goods sold, to be specific. So let's go to the next one. It says advertising costs. Of course, advertising costs, this is a type of cost that does not go directly to the product, so it cannot be traced directly to a specific product, and because of that we can classify this as a SG&A cost, and we also can classify this to be an expense because it will go directly to our expenses in the income statement. Okay. For the next one, promotion cost, similarly to the advertising cost, this is also an SG&A cost, and it is also an expense. Okay. Next one is production supplies. Now, production supplies, from the naming of this particular cost, we can understand that these supplies will go or will be part of the production process, so they will be consumed by the production operations. So based on that, we know that this is a product cost, and because it's a product cost, it will be classified as an asset first. Okay. Next, depreciation on administration building. Now, depreciation can take both forms, can be classified as a product or as a period cost or SG&A cost, because it depends on what are we depreciating. Okay, and as you can see here, we have two examples or two costs back to back. One of them is a depreciation on administration building, and the other is on manufacturing equipment. Now, what determines whether the depreciation is a product or SG&A cost is what are we depreciating. If we depreciate depreciating an asset that is linked directly to the production process, then that means the depreciation is going to be considered as a product cost. If it's not, then it's going to be an SG&A. Okay, so when we're depreciating the administration building, that cannot be traced directly to the production process. So because of that, we will classify this one as SG&A, and it will go to the or will be classified as an expense, not an asset. Okay. Whereas the second one, depreciation on manufacturing equipment, because it's the manufacturing equipment are part of the operations, part of the manufacturing process. So we here, this time we classify this depreciation account as a product cost, and it will be classified as an asset. Okay. Next, research and development costs. These are always an expense. These are not an asset, and these will always be classified as a period cost, or as the question here is calling it, SG&A, which is basically the same thing. So we'll classify it as SG&A and an expense. Next, cost to set up manufacturing equipment. Because this cost is directly related to the manufacturing process from its name, we classify it as a product cost, and of course it's going to be an asset. Okay. Utilities used in manufacturing facility. This is not really a direct material nor a direct labor, but because it's part of the manufacturing process, this is going to be a manufacturing overhead, right? A manufacturing overhead, even though it's a cost that is not really materials, not really labor, but it is directly related to the production process. So we call this a production overhead, and it is also part of the product costs, and it will also be classified as an asset. Okay. Next, we have cars for sales staff. Now these are a little bit different. These are cars, so they are an asset, but they're not really, this asset is not really directly related to the manufacturing process, because these cars are used by the sales staff. So we're going to classify it as SG&A. However, it's not going to be an expense just yet. It's going to be an asset, and then of course we're going, over time we're going to depreciate these cars, and that depreciation is going to be recorded as an expense. Okay. Next one, real estate tax levied on a factory, or levied on a factory. Now this tax, because it's charged or taxed to the factory itself, we can classify this as a product, because it's one of the costs that we're going to incur during our manufacturing process. Okay, but it is going to be classified as an asset. All right. Next one, general office supplies. Because these supplies are not in the plant or not for the manufacturing process, this is for the offices, so it can be classified as SG&A. It will be also classified as an asset. Next, raw materials used in the manufacturing process. These of course are product costs, because they go into the manufacturing process. Okay, and they will also be classified as an asset. Finally, cost to rent office equipment. Because the cost is not directly related to the manufacturing process, so this is going to be SG&A. And because it's a rent, it's going to be classified as an expense, not an asset. Okay. This is a rundown of the first exercise we're covering in this playlist. This is exercise 1-3A. I hope that you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'll try to respond to each and every comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.